Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a capsule series. We're going to dive right into this list. This is one of my favorite lists to put out of all time. This is very much so one of the lists that I came into fragrances to get into continuously wearing these style of fragrances. Of course, I ventured off and journeyed to more exploratory fragrance collections, but this one here has always been my baby, and this is the classic and classy Debonaire Gentleman fragrances. And for me, these are very much so great fragrances to wear and to pick and choose, to make it very, very simple for men who have casual wearing experiences to pick a very upscale and elegant fragrance. And for you ladies who are watching this particular video, if you have a man in your life that has not picked up on fragrances and feels very much so that they can be useless, but you want your man to smell upscale and elegant, this is the particular list for you to explore. These fragrances come off very well made in the aromatic fougere down to the chypre style of fragrances, and these are ones that not only you will enjoy, but it will pique his interest and have something for you and him to have great date nights, great day wear, and great outgoing to event style of fragrance and perfumes for him to have. If this sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuance of scent, cigars, and wine. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. We're going to dive into this list, and this is a list that I very much so enjoy putting out. Like I stated, this is one that goes everywhere from aromatic fougere with fresher and citrusy style accords to depth, very, very depthful chypre fragrances that have a little bit balsamic touch to them while still being gentlemanly because of the moss accords. I'm going to start off first with a very fresh fragrance in my collection by the House of Byredo, and that fragrance is Sunday Cologne. Sunday Cologne is very, very well made with a lot of bergamot and lavender, a very uplifting, rich, bitter style of star anise spice, along with a cardamom and geranium with a woody undertone of patchouli and vetiver. This is a very sharp fragrance, a very uplifting fragrance. It's very, very poised for any gentleman to hit a home run with this particular scent. It's very sharp, a solid scent for any man, young or old, middle-aged, anywhere in between. This is a great scent for you. This is a very citrus, crisp, uplifting fragrance with a nice, fulfilling mid of olibanum and frankincense, which gives up a slightly smoky tone to it, but it makes it very, very poignant and perfect to be an aromatic fougere because of the geranium, bergamot, and lavender in this one. You can't go wrong with this particular scent. It's one that I truly, truly enjoy wearing. Very spicy, slightly peppery, great scent for just everything from wanting to feel zesty, fresh, uplifting. It's like a great spring wear, great summer wear. Very original scent as well, one that you won't be mistaken for anything else in the market right now. This is Sunday Cologne by the House of Byredo. Next up, gentlemen, I want you guys to take in and explore Lalique's premier line. This is Lalique's Terres Aromatiques, and this is one of the best fragrances from that house. They have a lot of fragrances to offer from their premier line that many people don't talk about, and it's a very, very well-crafted fragrance by Julie Moss, who is the master perfumer behind this one. I think anyone who gets their nose on Terroir Aromatique or Flora Universalis is going to have a very good fragrance on their hand. This is one that has a very beautiful, exotic smell to it, very casual yet robust and refined. It has an intense richness to it because of the use of ambergris, pineapple, freesia, lavender, and lemon. What is the perfect calling card for this one is a well-rounded cardamom and thyme spice, which makes this one of the best intense and exotic aromatic fougères that you can find on the market. This is one that I truly enjoy wearing. I don't get to wear it as often as I would like to because of the richness in it. You would think, so this is the caveat for this one. It comes off like an aromatic fougere in its essence, but it has such thick, rich intensity and powerfulness to it. It almost, so I would say this is one that's a summer evening fragrance and an all-around 3-season scent for other purposes in the tent. Very, very well done scent. The freshness of the thyme and pineapple along with that lavender and ambergris in this one is one spectacular fragrance from the House of Lalique, the Noir Premier line. I don't think you guys will be disappointed at all if you get a sample and or do a blind buy with how well discounted these fragrances have become. Once again, Terroir Aromatiques by the House of Lalique. Great fragrance. Next up for this list, ladies, gentlemen, a classic. I cannot go wrong with this particular scent when I wear it. It is a compliment magnet. This is Hasivat Shadow Play by the House of Nichonnet. This is Jorge Lee's masterpiece and masterclass fragrance. This is one that is very robust, rich, intense, very powerful, yet casual and generous in the way it wears. It comes off very playful and jovial, but at the same time being masculine and very I would say that this is a very debonair fragrance for the way that it wears around the patchouli and oak moss. One that I truly enjoy wearing because of the pineapple and grapefruit accords. They're very uplifting in this fragrance, along with the dry wood base. You cannot go wrong with the way Hasselblad comes off the skin. It is one that, like I said, is very intense, rich, and powerful, while that zestiness of the opening and the powerful, rich take on oak moss is one that is very prevailing in this particular scent, which makes it one of the best sheepers that you can find on the market. Bergamot, cedar wood, dry wood smells of also a nice patchouli note with grapefruit and pineapple. You can't go wrong with this particular scent. As a gentleman, anything on the market that you're searching for in that particular realm of a sheeper, Hasselblad will do the trick. All right, gentlemen, it's time to stop playing games with these people. Let's pick up Scandal. Scandal Pour Homme Parfum is the perfect fragrance from the house of Roger Parfums when it comes to a classic take on gentleman fragrances. This is actually my second bottle of this particular scent. At first I had the EDP, which they canceled, and started using the blue and purplish bottle, which is the Parfum Colognes. Instead of purchasing that over and being redundant in my purchase, I want to go with a more richer take on it, so I picked up the Parfum, and this is one that I'm truly enjoying. I really enjoy the richness of this elegant fragrance because it's one that is a very good calling card for suit and tie events and day wear for business and business casual events. This is one take on a very sparkling, camphoric, and an energizing fragrance that you can't go wrong with. It can be slightly sporty, but also staying elegant and leisure in its wear. It has a great freesia note in the mid, which is a slight white floral that comes in contact with a basil and lavender that has a sweetness of tonka bean, which makes that fougere essence with that oak moss next to it, and that lemon opening that makes it a grand relaxing fragrance that you want in your collection. Very musky, very woody, very mossy. A great petitgrain note is in this one as well. You can't go wrong with this particular scent as a refined gentleman. Once again, Scandal Pour Homme Parfum by the House of Roger. This is a great scent, one of my favorites, man. I need to wear this more often, but I wear it enough, trust me. It's only need 2 sprays, and I've gone through about 10 wearings of it. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about exuding the style of the French Riviera, you want to talk about Clive Christian's XX1 or 21 Cypress. This is one of the most beautiful fragrances when it comes to barbershop style of aromatic fougere that you can find on the market today. This is one that was introduced to me by watching He Smells Like Rome. He spoke very highly of this particular scent. It piqued my interest. I went out and got a sample, and as soon as I smelled it, I knew that this had to be a part of my collection, and that has been one of the most go-to and reach for barbershop styles in my particular collection. It is very wonderful, warm, crisp, green. The use of oak moss in this one is one of the most refined and best you will ever smell in your entire life. The cypress is slightly balsamic in this one, and this one particularly, if you are a person who enjoys the smell of Scandal, imagine that particular scent with an uptick in the ginger accord, and that's exactly what you get from this particular scent. Clive Christian has not let me down when it comes to this particular scent and scent choices when it comes to gentleman fragrance that have a defined elegance to them. And this is one that cannot be beat when it comes to the barbershop style of fragrances. One of my favorite, just uplifting with the overtaking of Clive Christian's petitgrain. It has cedar wood, it has sandalwood, it has the beautiful rich oak moss, like I stated. A very crisp bergamot is in this one, along with that ginger accord. Man, you cannot go wrong. And that cypress, it's just phenomenal in this particular scent. It's one that I think will be characterized by every one of you gentlemen wearing this particular scent as the scent of choice. When your lady's around you, she cannot be keeping her hands off you, and the crowd around you will enjoy this particular scent. Once again, Clive Christian's 21 Cypress Art Deco collection. Great scent. Ladies and gentlemen, next up, let's talk about one of the classic sheepers that I truly enjoy wearing, man. Every time I see this fragrance, it puts a smile on my face. This is MDCI's Sheeper Platter 10, and this is one of my favorite wedding fragrances of all time. I really truly enjoy wearing this particular scent to weddings. It gives us a great classic masculinity while still being open, vibrant, mature, of course, but it has this oak moss and playful opening of rose, galbanum, and patchouli in this one. That heavy oak moss has sisters, labdanum. Bertrand Duchaufour did a fantastic job in creating one of the best masculine sheepers on the market. It has a slight resemblance to Diaghilev by Roger Parfums, but that one goes a little bit more robust, very wintry style. This one can be worn in 3 seasons, almost I would say it can even be worn in summer evenings, but for my sake, this is a 3-season scent that I love wearing to weddings and just goes off spectacular, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful scent. Like I said, lavender, pineapple, plum, rose, hyacinth. What else is clementine? Everything in this particular scent. And for me, I get this very, very beautiful accord that comes off aldehydic. And I don't know what that particularly is, but as I'm entering the world and realm of understanding and smelling more and more aldehydic scents, I get an aldehydic, uplifting airiness about this particular fragrance, slightly soapy, that I truly enjoy. It may come from the lavender, but whatever it is in this one, I'm truly starting to pick that up now that I know what the aldehydes smell like, and it's enjoyable as hell. Once again, very rich, powerful, elegant style of fragrance. MDCI is cheaper palette 10. Your lady will not be able to keep her hands off you wearing this particular scent, fellas. Great fragrance. Last but not least on this list, I could not go without introducing you guys, or at least bringing to your attention, the fact that you need to have Fougere Royale in your collection by the house of Houbigant. Houbigant, this was a classic fragrance made for gentlemen by, I believe his name is Coty, or the company name is Coty, in the early 1900s. And it is a formula that they picked back up on when they reestablished the company and have put it forth again and again as one of the great Fougere fragrances. And it's very classic, very refined, very gentleman, very debonair. And that's all this particular list is about. This is the fragrance that I think can go one-to-one with fragrances like Eau Sauvage by Dior. It's very masculine, very mature leaning. It's one that if you are a gentleman in your early 20s to mid 20s, if you want to push for a certain category of life or a certain feel of life, this is one that pushes you into that great midlife masculinity and or feeling of that masculinity where you want to go into certain categories of life, be it business, pleasure, and you want to have that as a backbone for you, something very powerful presentation added to your repertoire. This is Fougere Royale. You cannot go wrong with it. Geranium, rose, a very sweet tonka bean, but not playful sweet, something that brings forth a sweetness to the accords of masculinity that you will not go wrong with. And yes, your lady will love this particular scent on you. Fougere Royale by the house of Houbigant. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my list for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this classic, classy, elegant, refined, and debonair gentleman list. This is a package of fragrances that I truly enjoy putting out to you guys for you can have something. If you ever heard the acronym of Keep It Simple Stupid, these are the fragrances that you can pick up for that particular category. If you're just a gentleman getting into fragrances and you want something to pull for and reach for that is very upscale, elegant, niche quality, not something typical of what you will find on your designer counters, these 4 or 5 8 fragrances are fragrances that you will have in your collection that will be constant reaches, and everyone around you will love and enjoy those particular scents on you. As always, if you guys found something particularly enjoyable about the content, all you gotta do is hit the like button, subscribe, and if you have someone in your life or life circle who enjoys fragrances, just send this video off to them. I would greatly appreciate that. Let them know that you're a champion for the Dry Down and Lifestyle channel that we are here to represent. Until next time, until next video, peace.